What's up, Mo? How's it going?
Good, how y'all doing?
Doing well, thanks. If anyone has any questions for Mo, go ahead and drop your name in the chat and we'll get started. Chap, you want to go ahead?
Mo, how you doing? Thanks for spending time with us.
Yes, sir, no problem.
It's kind of a outside the box question, but how are the vibes different around the building when you're 7-1 as opposed to, something much less, 3-4, two, whatever? How different is it in the work environment?
It's a lot different. I mean, everybody's up tempo literally at every moment of the day. Guys are joking around all day. Everybody's just happy. Everybody's bonding with each other, joking around with each other. But when we're on the field, everybody's locked in though at the same time. So we understand when it's time to be serious and get to work and things like that. But I mean, the vibes are great, honestly.
So when it's not gone well, pick a year. I mean, it's your job when you come in and you're going to do your job, but it's just different coming to work every morning.
Most definitely. I mean, when you're not winning every week and not blowing teams out every week, you're a little more locked in. Everything's a little more serious. Not as much joking around going on. You're always locked in, but at that point in time, you're like locked in without the joking around part, without the joking around aspect. I would say so.
So joking around's better.
Yeah, I mean, just being happy, honestly.
Thanks, Mo.
Yep.
Jake, go ahead.
Hey, what's up, Mo?
How you doing?
So throughout your career, you've played with some veteran quarterbacks who are known for their preparation and leadership. Andrew, Matt Ryan, Philip Rivers. So far, like how does Daniel measure up to those guys? Like, is he kind of cut from that same cloth?
Oh yeah, most definitely. D Jones always in the building, always working, and it translates over to the field and walkthrough. He's always getting us in the right look. He's always talking to us. If this happens, I want you to do this and different things like that. And then it's translated over to Sundays. I mean, he sees the plays well, and then he's always getting us in the right check. And he's playing lights out right now for us.
I'm well. How about yourself?
Doing well. If anyone has any questions for Kenny, go ahead and drop your name in the chat, please. James, you want to start us off?
Yeah, what's up, Kamo? When you've been very candid about your mental health and things that you've been through in your career and things like that. So when you see a guy like Braden come back from what he went through last year, playing at a high level, I know you're not on the offensive line in the trenches, but how much joy does it bring you when you see somebody go through something like that and come out on the other side a better person, better human, all those things?
I respect Braden Smith wholeheartedly, just for taking the time out for himself to really maximize his well-being, not only for himself but for his family. I know he has a newborn baby. He and his wife, they're covered by a great family, so I know the only thing they want for him is for him to feel his best. And I've had a lot of conversations with Braden um, through the time, or probably post that time, where he was going through a lot. And I just have a lot of respect and love, as a brother and as a friend, um, for my teammate.
Steven, go ahead.
Hey, Kenny, we're just talking to Shane about how he's like a big believer in maximizing the tight end position. You actually, you're on the other side of that a lot of times with other teams. I know Pittsburgh has used a lot of their tight ends, Arthur Smith. Why are, let me rephrase that. Why are some tight ends, I guess, such difficult matchups? Because of the uniqueness, I guess, of that position. The size of the guys, the athleticism. Is there something unique about that position that makes it a tough matchup?
Yeah, I think, definitely for several wide receivers, tight ends in this league, they become wide receivers, and whenever they get the ball, they turn it into a running back. So the more athletic ones, they kind of just box you out. Um, they kind of understand their size advantage that they have on a lot of different guys who are covering them in the league. That makes them a really good tight end who turns into a receiver. So, and that really gives the offensive coordinator and the head coach a lot of creativity to move them around, to build the trust within the offense, to have another guy that's able to go downfield and catch the ball. Not only just catching the ball, they're used in many ways to, block and be in a run scheme. So when you think this guy may be going out for a pass, he's just blocking on this play, but it can be another aspect to the offense whenever it goes from a running offense to a passing offense, obviously with the boots and play actions that's able to occur in the offense. It just gives that versatility to an offense, and I think that's what makes our offense pretty good as well. Having Tyler Warren and different run schemes, obviously, and then it goes into a boot play action, shot play, having them in the backfield. So there's a lot of different things that you can do with a guy such as a tight end that's able to block and then get into the pass game.
Appreciate it.
Jake.
Hey, what's up, Kenny? So yesterday after the sack, you had the hand washing celebration, which was a callback to that social media video from earlier in the week. On the surface, just kind of a silly thing, but how important is it to you, to make a impact in the community and connect with kids like you've kind of done throughout your career?
Yeah, just being one of those kids who looked at sports figures as like heroes and stuff like that, and obviously being in the profession that I'm in, a lot of the youth around town or social media, whatever it is, they see you as this this guy on a pedestal, or they just think you're an inspirational person. But just knowing my background, I just try to honor them as well, made them be seen, made them valued as well. So, and you never know how far that stuff like that goes. So there was a unique opportunity for me to kind of do something fun, funny, crazy for, whatever you think. But it was a point in time last week where some of the kids showed me a celebration that I should do. And I was like, I'm not too sure. And so I was like, you know what? I'll give you a shot. So if I make a play in the game, I'll do it in the games. You just never know how far it go, and any chance I get to honor those little heroes who fight illnesses and diseases and fighting their great fight each day. Any chance you get to kind of take the stress off of them, I think that's always an opportunity that all of us should probably partake in, and I think that's what it's all about.
Thanks.
We can do a few more. Joel.
Kenny, how do you feel coming back from being off for 2 or 3 weeks? Does it take some time to get back into it, or you feel pretty good about where you're at?
I mean, being off for a month isn't ideal. None of us want to miss time, obviously, but whenever we play this game of football, that's just something that we sign up for. Um, I think the organization and the coaching staff and my teammates just have given me a lot of grace and not rushing what I've been dealing with since week 3 to just to be my best whenever it's time to be my best, and having a time off to be a coach amongst other teammates, or just be patient with whatever I'm going through. It's just been very important for me in my ninth year, and it's just it's working on my growth and my faith and everything that kind of goes into having an injury and just being away from the game. um and then obviously coming back last week versus the Chargers, and then this past week versus the Titans. It's a lot of like things that I got to work through to be as best as I can for the team, just to put us in the best position as possible and not be selfish. Like even whenever I'm feeling something, to speak up and to kind of shed away my self pride and to say, hey, I need one, Chris. Chris been amazing for not only for me but for the team as well. Just being prepared. He got to wear a lot of different hats of playing special teams and just being counted on when he doesn't really know if I'm gonna want a series off or maybe 2 plays off, because I'm not too sure if the pain that I have, it'll, wear off as fast as I want. So, just giving the team as much as I can, but there's other guys who are staying ready as possible to give the team what they have as well. So I try to do my best with those things, just by communicating and not really, surprising Chris or any other corner that we have to go in a game and, have these other components that we have to go win a series and get the offense the ball again. So just doing all we can as a group to stay ahead of the play and just make good plays.
We'll go with Jake, and then Kevin will be our last question.
Yeah, as one of those guys that spent some time banged up this year, what do you see with Jalen, who is a guy who a lot's been taken from him with injuries this year, and he's not been able to really establish himself under a new coordinator quite yet. How have you seen him kind of keep his head up and stay in there?
Well, I would just say from like my perspective of having to miss time during the season, something that you can always look forward to is it's a long season, so there's a lot of different opportunities that still waiting to be made. There's a lot of good plays that's still waiting to be made. So I know Jalen is attacking treatment each day and just attacking, meetings and preparing like he's gonna play. Those things are very important to making sure that, you're not just falling behind in meetings and you're not just falling behind on just because you're not gonna be able to dress out on Sundays. There's a lot of things and a lot of time that you really gotta maximize over the weeks. Obviously we played 8 games over the course of the weeks, and he had gotten hurt middle training camp. So there's a lot of mental reps of like walk through time, meeting time. He's in weights with us. He's around us a lot still. So I think for me, and he's a guy that sits right by me in meetings. It's just making sure that you're preparing yourself for whenever you are coming back. So it's not even about the time that you're missing. It's about the time that you're preparing for whenever you get back on the field. So we want to be our best in November, December, going into this whole stretch of things. And so no matter if you miss one play or 1,000 plays, we need your best whenever your best is being called for. So yeah, I know there's a pressure for a guy that hasn't played yet this year. But it is a grace and there's a respect and appreciation from other teammates because we all count on Jalen Jones and we love him. And I know he's doing the right things to get back on the field with us. And I can't wait to see 40 back out on the field.
And Kevin, last question.
Kenny, you guys are 7-1, a best record that you've had at the midway point. Do you have any, I guess, thoughts, opinion if you guys should make a trade deadline move to try and improve where you guys are already at?
Yeah, my job is to play cornerback. I'm not too sure about any trade deadline moves. Whoever's in charge of that, which is Chris Ballard and staff, I know they'll make the best decision possible if needed.
I'll do it, Kenny.
All right, I'll start. Obviously, just watching the tape this morning, I thought just overall good complementary football, all three phases. Thought it was a good team win. Obviously, to get a win in the division is huge, but now our focus is on to Pittsburgh. So ready when you guys are.
James, go ahead.
Shane, we saw, well, I saw on the replay after Daniel took a sack, he had his head off the turf kind of hard. And same for Tyler. Are those guys okay? Are they not in concussion protocol?
Yeah, they're good. There's no issues.
All right, good. And then I know at this time last year, Braid Smith was going through a lot of stuff, just mentally and things like that. Where is he at this point in the season, and how much fun is it for you and the staff and the team just to see him back playing at a high level and having fun with the game he loves?
It's great. He is. He's playing at a high level. Great mindset. Obviously been a great player for us for a long time. And like I said, he's playing really good. He's feeling really good. It's always fun. I always get a chance to see him and his wife and his kid Wyatt. His kid Wyatt loves monster trucks right now. And so I always get to talk to him about some monster truck stuff after the game. So he's doing really good.
Cap, go ahead.
Yeah, on the injuries, any update on Anthony Gould?
I don't right now, chap.
Okay. Yeah, and when you look at what this offense has done, not just 1 week, but 8 weeks now, does anything jump out that you're most not impressed, but pleased with, whether it's the points, the efficiency? What do you point to?
I think if I had to point to one thing, it's the points, chap. I think just trying to score, every time you touch the ball is a huge part of it. I think the red zone efficiency has been really good. But yeah, just trying to score points every time you touch it. I think that's been the biggest thing is getting those points.
Thanks, Coach.
Steven.
Hey Shane, I think you've always prioritized tight ends in your philosophy. Um, can you can you tell us kind of where that originated from with you? Was it with the Chargers, I guess, or like has that always been a big component of your philosophy is to get that position involved?
Yeah, no, it started definitely when I was with the Chargers with Antonio Gates. The player he was just phenomenal, and so we'd always try to find ways to scheme him up and get him his touches as much as we could. And then going over to Philly, having Dallas Goedert, who is a hell of a player too, getting him the touches, and now adding Tyler Warren to the fold here. It's been great. So I think that's a fun part for us as coaches is trying to get everybody involved and getting him involved as much as we can, different ways to do it. So that part's been real fun.
And when you have a guy, just what are the I guess what are the advantages from a matchup position that make that unique to the tight end position, I guess.
Yeah, I think anytime you got a guy that can go in line, out line, split out wide, different things, over the middle, certain matchups you find in zone, same thing in man coverage. Obviously you're trying to find those things on tape as much as you can to get him freed up. So, yeah, it's a big part of it for sure.
Thanks.
Nathan.
Hey Shane, I know before the start of yesterday's game, you guys won the coin toss, chose to receive the ball first in the first half. I think you guys have done that 3 times this year. We don't see that terribly often in the league this year, and I know that wasn't necessarily a certain thing for you guys last year from going over some game stats that I was looking at. Is that something a choice that you guys have notably made this year with the strength of this offense, or is there anything to that trend and that decision that you guys have made the handful of times that you've had it this year?
Yeah, I think that's part of it. Obviously, with the new kickoff rule and the field position stuff, you look at that, and obviously got a lot of confidence in our offense right now. I think it all plays into it, and that could be a week to week thing as well too. But yeah, just felt good about taking it, yesterday and the other times that we did.
Is that something that you feel like with the rules having changed that you've notably, taken a little bit of a different approach, or how would you say that that rule change has changed things for you in that mindset, if anything?
Yeah, I think it's changed a little bit. Obviously, starting field positions now are probably around the 35 with the kickoff returns, and even if you get the touchback, it's at the 35 too. So it's probably right around in there. And you get a little shorter field to start the game and have a chance to go score early as part of it. But like I said, it's week to week, and we go from there.
Thanks.
We'll go with Kevin, and then Joel will be our last question.
Shane, can you point to anything with JT on why seemingly his game, I mean, he already was obviously a star running back, why it's even gone to another level?
I think I keep going back to the O line. I mean, those guys are the holes they're creating. When you watch the tape and you watch the coach's copy, I mean, it's as impressive as it gets. And then I think that just his physicality too is a big part of it. His vision's been off the charts, but the physicality, the way he's running through these arm tackles and spinning and 360 and off these guys and getting the extra yards and toe tapping on the sidelines. And I mean, it's hard to really explain because it's so impressive to watch right now.
It's the healthiest he's been since you've been here. How much does that help that, you'd have a running back this far in his career practicing every day?
Yeah, it's huge. I think his health is a big part of it. He came into training camp ready to roll, and I think our training staff and DeAndre and everybody in the coaching staff is making sure he's getting what he needs to get throughout the week, all the reps he needs for practice, so he's fresh and he's ready to go on Sundays.
Joel, last question.
Shane, with Bort, what does his athleticism kind of allow you to do at that center position that other centers maybe can't?
Yeah, that's a great question. Very athletic at that position. I think, you can get him out in space. Some of the things that we've done in the run game with them, getting them out, pulling them, getting up to the second level defenders has been a big part, of our offense. When that situation happens and we're allowed to get them out with the fronts we're getting. But I think yeah, him out in space has been tremendous. He can move really well, for an offensive lineman, and he understands leverage of the defense and where he needs to get to do those things. But yeah, he's been terrific doing that stuff all year.
The block he made on the screen to Warren, just being able to close the gap like that in the open field,
Yeah, it was
crazy.
big time play. When it started to unfold, it was man to man coverage, and the safety was dropping down from depth. And he got out there quick and made the huge block to create the space, because that play versus man it's okay, but it turned out to be really good in that situation. And obviously Tyler made the most of it, but that block by Bort was huge.
That'll do it, Coach. Thanks for your time.
All right, guys, we'll see you Wednesday. Thanks.